Well, hello everybody, Bug Eater 64 here, and today we're going to be in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and we're going to be flying the MD-11. We're going to be flying from Orlando, and we're going to be taking her down to Princess Juliana, down to St. Maarten. So we've got about 1,190 miles, something like that, and so we're going to be taking a lot of packages, and we're going to take about 102 passengers. So with that, let's get in the cockpit. Let's get the girl ready. We're going to be starting at dark 30, which is at about 5:20, 5:30 in the morning. So let's get started. We've got to get out of here before the weather gets here. Catch you inside. Okay, so here we are at Orlando International. And we'll get our McDonnell Douglas MD-11 ready to go as we fly nearly 1,200 miles to Princess Juliana International down in the islands. So while we're getting the aircraft ready to go, and to prove that I can multitask, I'm going to be drinking my coffee while we do this. Our flight plan has been built in SimBrief and is already plugged in to the flight, and hopefully we should be able to find it on the FMC when we get inside. As you can tell, very early morning, scattered clouds because there is some weather, some storm fronts going to be coming through here relatively soon, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to get the flight in early. So we'll get our alignment set up. Make sure the battery is on even though we're on external power. Okay. Put some lights on so people can tell we're actually doing something here. And default setup when this aircraft loads is with the fuel switches on. So we go ahead and turn them off and make sure that my HOTAS bindings are set up properly for the reverse engines, so when we land we can stop this girl pretty quick. And that's all looking good. Alright, it looks like the flight plan is in, because you can see it up on the MFD. We're going to go ahead and set our takeoff flaps at 20. Okay, just there we go. Alright, that's looking good. So we got that done. Now let's take a look at our FMC. Okay, initial, it says 39,000 feet cruise. I'm going to change that to 31,000. Okay, looks like there's our initial point. Now, let's look at the next page. Oh, that's looking good. Alright, refuel quantity. That's going to be 54.0. Okay. Let's go to performance. Limits. Okay. Takeoff and flap settings at 20. And our VR rating's 168, 175, 177. So that's looking good. We're ready to go there. Alright, and let's look at the flight plan. And that's looking pretty good. We'll just double check some of the pages. Scroll up, which actually moves us down. Okay. All right. Our flight plan is ready to go. So with that, we can go ahead here and okay, now the toolbar, as I've mentioned in the past, I've got more than one monitor, and I move a lot of the things that I do to prep a flight to my second monitor. Every time I move to that monitor, I get this toolbar. In the future, hopefully that won't be happening, because I did find a mod that I was in the future going to be able to add to the simulation to stop that toolbar from showing up unless I want it. So just a little information kernel. So we got the taxi lights turned off so we don't blind the pushback truck. We're going to start our APU so we can disconnect from external power and be on internal power. So our auxiliary power unit is starting up. And with the MD-11, one of the nice things is once that APU power comes online, it will automatically turn off the external power. Just like that. So now we can turn on our APU. We are on APU power, and the external power truck can disengage. Now with that, we can go ahead and set up our pushback and get ready to start our engines.
Cockpit to ground. This is ground. Stand by.
I think it's going to be a beautiful morning to fly.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed.
The parking brakes are set. You may lift.
Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft.
We are cleared for start and push.
Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
It will start in the sequence.
Okay, so while we get pushed back, and we're just going straight back this morning, we'll get the engine started. And let it spool up. Once we get to 20, we will introduce fuel.
Okay, pushback completed. Please set your parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Parking brake set. Lowering aircraft.
Ground. You may disconnect.
Okay, sir. Clear to disconnect. Pin has been removed. See you at the side. Have a good flight.
Holding position waiting for the visual. Thank you and goodbye.
Okay, well, okay, we can introduce fuel there. Normally, the procedure is to start both wing engines before I start the engine in the tail section, which I just did. So I'm kind of done this procedure out of proper sequence, but we can live with it while I keep drinking my coffee. Alright, so let's get this thing going.
Orlando Ground United 1349er with Sierra ready to taxi IFR.
United 1349er taxi to and hold short of runway tree 5 left via taxiway Echo 5 Foxtrot Golf Hotel 6 Hotel Hotel 10. Contact tower on 118.45 when ready.
Taxiing hold short runway tree 5 left using taxiway Echo 5 Foxtrot Golf Hotel 6 Hotel Hotel 10 United 1349er.
Okay, so we got clearance to taxi down to hold short threshold of runway 35 left, and at this point we are on our engine's internal power, so we can turn off our APU. Double check some things, and then we're going to adjust some lighting on our panels, and we will turn off our dome lights. Okay, so okay, everything looks like we're in good shape and ready to taxi. So the flight today, though it's almost 1,200 miles, it's only going to take us in this particular aircraft probably just under 3 hours to get there. So she moves pretty good. We're going to end up with a ground speed of over 500 miles an hour. Alright, so let's get down to the end of our runway and finish things before takeoff. And here we are approaching the hold short for runway 35 left. And then we'll go ahead and be able to get our flaps at the proper position and call for clearances to take off. And then we will be on our way. And we can just barely see the sky starting to color as for the sun to come up.
Orlando Tower United 1 tree, 49er ready for IFR departure, runway tree 5 left.
United 1 tree, 49er, altimeter 29er, decimal 9er 5, wind 067 at 4. Cleared for takeoff runway tree 5 left.
Cleared for takeoff runway tree 5 left United 1 tree 49er.
Okay, so flaps are at 20. Landing lights are on. We've got our clearance. So we are ready to go, looks like. And about another 30-45 minutes, that sun will be coming up, and we should be well on our way. Okay, parking brake on. Let's go ahead and double check. Everything's looking good. So we're about ready to run up to about 95-98% power. Okay, brakes released.
Stabilizer. Stabilizer.
And go Togo.
Stabilizer. 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 Stabilizer.
V1.
Got B1.
Rotate.
And I will rotate.
Stabilizer.
Positive rake, gear up. And gears up and locked.
United 1 tree, 49er.
It's interesting, it gives me that
Contact
terrain
Orlando
warning
departure on 1 tree 5
while I'm
decimal
climbing.
Good day.
1 tree 5 decimal tree for United 1 tree 49er. Orlando departure United 1 tree 49er is at 800 feet, climbing 13,000 feet.
United 1 tree, 49er, Orlando departure altimeter 29er, decimal 9er 5. Continue to go home as planned.
out above 250 knots, United 1349er.
Which won't be a problem until we get, we'll make that speed adjustment when we get above 10,000 feet. Okay, landing lights are off. And we are on our way. Okay, we've had a very uneventful flight. Everything has gone extremely well, and we are now approaching Princess Juliana Airport. And
United 1349er, did you hear my last transmission?
oh yeah,
Cleared to land runway 10 United 1349er.
okay, and here we come into Juliana. Aircraft is mine.
Autopilot.
Sync rate.
I don't understand what this glitch is.
Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. 1,000. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Overspeed. Pull up. 500 feet. Pull up. Overspeed.
Sync rate.
Yeah,
Overspeed.
it's giving me this information that just doesn't make sense.
Pull up.
Sync rate.
Minimum.
Oh well. Let's get her on the ground, fly over the beach, and scare everybody.
50, 40, 30, 20, and
Ooh. Okay, hard landing, hard landing. Although our landing rate is like minus 550, something like that. And that's not bad in this big old girl. She's heavy.
United 1349er, turn next taxiway.
But the reversers worked extremely well, just as planned. So no complaints there.
United 1349er, contact ground on 118.7.
Going to 118.7 United 1349er.
And at some point,
Juliana ground, United 1349er, request taxi to the gate.
United 1349er, taxi to gate Alpha 1 via taxiway Alpha.
and at some point, my co-pilot decided only to answer certain radio calls instead of doing what they were supposed to.
United 1349er, did you hear my last transmission?
Juliana ground, United 1349er. I didn't copy that. Say again, please.
Wake up,
United
boy.
1349er, taxi to gate Alpha 1 using taxiway Alpha.
So welcome to Princess Juliana International.
United 1349er, please acknowledge.
All right, well, we've made it. everything went well, except maybe the landing and some of the, maybe a few glitches with the sim. But other than that, the flight was really, really good. It was very uneventful. I did, as you saw, a bit of a hard landing. My touchdown was at minus 550 some odd feet, which is a little bit harsh. But we were coming into a location that has a relatively short runway, and the one real positive was the fact that the key bindings on my HOTAS worked perfectly for my reversers, and so I'm happy with that, because we got the girl stopped really quick. So anyway, we got the job done, made good money for our virtual airline, and with that, we're in a beautiful place in the world, and we'll be ready for our next flight. So with that, this is Bug Eater 64, and I'm awfully glad you came. So grateful to my fellow YouTubers and for all of you that take the time to watch my videos. The comments that I have received have been extremely helpful, and there's some really fine people out there in the flight sim community, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Again, thanks so much for coming, and we'll see you all real soon. So until next time, remember, safe flying.